So why should the prison industrial complex be dismantled?
Okay. Well, I think the prison industrial complex, including prisons and police and immigration enforcement, courts, is a really harmful system, very oppressive and very violent, and I think it's also very unnecessary and doesn't make us safer, and actually makes us more unsafe, and exposes a lot of people to a lot of violence, and also works in conjunction with other systems of oppression. So, people of color overrepresented in prison, so it works to strengthen white supremacy. Poor folks and low-income people overrepresented, so it works to maintain classism and wide amounts of inequality and wealth gaps. Works with homophobia and heterosexism to put down queer folks and trans folks. And I think it's an industry that makes a lot of money, but it makes money off keeping people in cages in a very punitive way that is it doesn't actually create justice. So someone, commits a crime that maybe we don't want, like attack somebody else, putting them in prison for 5 years doesn't make that attack go away. It doesn't help the survivor. It doesn't help the person who did it get their life back together, to correct what they did wrong, to make amends, to make our society a better, stronger, safer place. It just hurts that person, doesn't help the survivor, and costs everyone else a lot of money and resources to do it.
Okay. You have another minute if you want.
Why else should we abolish prison industrial complex? Well, particularly in the U.S., it is so huge, and there are so many millions of people in it. And I also think that it works in conjunction with fascism and oppressive government. So oftentimes people who are working to make change or resist government get imprisoned. So it works not only as a tool to maintain inequality economic-wise, it works as a tool to suppress political dissent. And that's, there are lots of political prisoners, overtly political prisoners in the U.S. today, and I would argue, and many folks would argue, that almost all prisoners are political because it makes poverty being a crime, and being out late at night in the wrong neighborhood a crime, drug use being a crime, things that aren't necessarily things that hurt society but are criminalized and allow the prison industrial complex to expand. Yeah.
Okay.